Live and direct. It's Sway in the morning.
Right here on Shade 45.
He has gone on to create a digital network of platforms that have superseded most expectations, and he's generating enough revenue streams that would even impress Russell Simmons himself, ladies and gentlemen. His stylist is someone to be commended because whoever that is really changed his style and made him presentable to the public eye. It's the one, the only DJ Vlad. Ladies and gentlemen, Vlad is here.
Yeah. What's up, Sway?
Man? How you been, brother?
Oh, man. That intro alone?
Oh, man. That's
oh,
just,
my
you know,
God.
my flow game. Vlad.
Oh, my God.
Game,
I got to step my game up,
Come
I
on,
see.
man. And you ain't been flowing. You've been doing too many interviews, man.
I know.
You got to come from behind that mic, dog.
I know. You the OG. I was listening to your interviews before I started doing interviews.
Oh, yeah. Well, good, man.
You know, I mean, you do like Obama.
Yeah. DJ Vlad, man, he's from my home region of Oakland Bay area. Came out to New York. I remember when you first came to New York. At that time, you had a dream, you know, and you had ambition. And we've been able to watch that dream evolve and expand. And now you run a media empire, if you will. For example, how many platforms do you run now? How many websites do you run in your network?
I would say around six. Six, you know, web properties.
Yeah. In your network. And between cumulatively, all of those 6 properties probably generate how many impressions in 1 month?
Probably over 100 million views a month.
100 million views a month. Vlad TV being the flagship of them all.
Yeah, Vlad TV does like 50 million by itself.
By itself.
Yeah, so Vlad TV is the you know, the mother that feeds all the other babies.
That feeds all the babies. But
right.
you went on to do a lot more than just these digital platforms. You also went on to work with Russell Simmons and Stan Lathan at one point, right?
Right, yeah, on Hip Hop on Demand, the TV series they had. You know, I was making content, and I was also one of the hosts.
And not only that, you produced, you did the TV series,
American Gangster, on Mac Dre.
On Mac Dre.
Yeah.
So the Mac Dre American Gangster piece that you see, DJ Vlad actually wrote and produced that one, right?
Yeah.
And they came to you because of your affiliation in Northern California, or?
Yeah, I did the Ghost Ride the Whip documentary, which you happen to
There's another one.
narrate.
Are you seeing the common thread here? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that documentary kind of focused on the Mac Dre story.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this would be great for American Gangster. So I reached out to someone I knew who was working with him, and they got it right away. So that's actually the one I'm most proud of. The Mac Dre American Gangster, like they gave me like a $250,000 budget, and I could really put together a dope piece. You know what I mean? On something I was like super passionate about.
That was a good piece. And those of us who are from Northern California, Mac Dre posthumously became extremely popular.
Yeah.
But we knew him when he was alive. And, you know, and due to certain artists like Drake and others that kind of keep his name alive in their music, people have been fascinated with him. And he has a cult following, even though he's no longer physically with us, which is interesting. And you were able to encapsulate that in that particular series. Vlad, what are you working on right now? You just made a big move to L.A.
Right.
Every time I see you, you got on Gucci this, Fendi that. Who's your stylist, dude? Look at the shoe game.
Coordinated.
You had no swag when I met you, dude. Look what happened.
I was broke when I met you.
That's true,
I mean,
right?
I was literally sleeping on couches in Flatbush, Brooklyn. So, yeah. I'm not one of them type of dudes who like pretend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was broke, I dressed broke.
Yeah.
When I got a little bit of money, I dress like I got a little bit of money.
That's interesting because in about 5 years, you have been able to accomplish a whole lot. Did you go to school for business management, or?
I never took any business classes or any film classes, but I did get a computer science degree from UC Berkeley.
Okay.
And the whole Vlad TV thing is really like a full circle for me. You know, kind of incorporating everything I learned in school in terms of computers, as well as my love for hip hop and the relationships I had, and kind of my passion to kind of document the culture.
That's interesting. Your love for hip hop, when would you say at first? Like, what was it that pulled you into the culture?
The breakdancing.
The breaking.
The breakdancing.
Yeah.
I was one of when hip hop moved to the West Coast and got discovered in the West Coast, like I saw the New York City Breakers and I just got it. Like
Wow.
I just jumped in that. And I wasn't great. I was an okay breakdancer, but that's what started that whole thing. Like Grandmaster Flash, The Message was out during that time.
Yeah.
Michael McLaren, Buffalo Gals. A lot of that influenced, my love for Keith Haring and a lot of the other hip hop related, cultural aspects that I still live today.
What was your B-boy name?
Oh man, I think it was Kid Fresh.
Kid Fresh is here, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of artists who really they vibe to get on sites like yours because in this new digital age, it's become an extra outlet. You got, the typical business infrastructure of the rap game was you only have so many outlets you can take. But the internet really opened a lot of doors for a lot of people.
Right.
Not just artists. For not just rappers, not just singers, but for videographers, for journalists, but it's a gift and a curse because the good thing about the way it was, because it typically required a struggle to advance in the game, and with struggle builds character, experience, information, knowledge, and talent. So by the time you are presented to the public, you're ready to go.
Right.
With the internet, you could be in your bathroom with a brush in your hand one day singing a song, and the next day you could be an internet phenomenon, which creates oversaturation in whatever respective field.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? There's been a lot of crap rappers that have been on your site, that have been on my site, and it's been all over the internet.
Right.
And are we to blame? Or should there be created a filter system? What do you think?
I think with the internet, you have now a site or some sort of property for every niche.
Yeah.
Like one of the biggest performers on Vlad TV, like my biggest video out of 5,000 videos on my YouTube channel, my single biggest video is Lil B Wonton Soup.
Still?
It's like at 11 million views.
Wow.
And he gets like 1,000 views a day still.
Wonton Soup.
Wonton Soup.
Lil B. We haven't even heard from Lil B in how long?
And he has this crazy following.
Yeah.
And, it's not everyone's favorite music. It gets no radio play at all. But he's managed to create a business out of this. Lil B don't got no 9 to 5. I can guarantee you that.
So how has he monetized those views to work in his benefit? Because those views, I know Vlad TV is able to benefit from financially. You get money when you have these sites based on the amount of views you have.
Correct.
Right.
All right.
Absolutely.
How does the artist benefit from it?
They get booked for shows off those views.
Yeah.
YouTube, you can't juke YouTube numbers, really. I mean, like, if you have 11 million views and 10 comments, those probably not real views.
Okay.
People can see through that. But 11 million views and like 100,000 comments means that you have a real fan base that's out there writing about you, engaged in you. And what promoter doesn't want that?
Good point. I want to ask you a question that a lot of artists approach me with. In 2013, I almost don't want to answer it because I feel like you have enough resources now. If you watch your favorite artist that has succeeded, that you should be able to figure this shit out yourself. But how do I break in the game using the internet? What are the proper steps you would say, DJ Vlad, who's done this for years, better than anybody else? What should an artist do first, second, third, and fourth? What would you suggest?
Number one, create a number of dope songs.
A number of
dope songs, an album's worth of dope songs. Have them professionally recorded and make music videos for every single song and release every music video and make sure that every video feels like an event. And if you do that once, twice, 3 times, you will have a fan base guaranteed. If the music is good.
If the music is good.
Yes.
In many cases, even if the music isn't good, you can still create a fan base.
Yeah.
Right.
Just go on all these sites. You'll find out what I mean. At what rate should they release these videos? 1 a week? 1 every 2 weeks?
As many as they can. but it has to be, okay, like I'll tell you what, like a lot of people asked, how did Vlad TV, kind of grow faster than a lot of other sites that have even been around longer? When I launched Vlad TV as a YouTube channel, I remember it was January 2008. I said, okay, YouTube, this is how it works. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week. Every single day since January of 2008, we've released one exclusive video. Every day, 365 days a year. It was run like a business. Some videos you liked, some videos you didn't like. But if you came back the next day, there's going to be a new video. And that's because it was run like a business. It wasn't run of whatever I feel like it, I'll throw it out. And, whenever I get around to it, every day. My whole staff knows every day something needs to come out, video-wise. And these days, it's like 5 or 7 things. Yeah. So if you release a video every week, if you're like, okay, I could do 52 videos in a year, it's going to be every week. On Tuesdays, people know the MC so-and-so is dropping a video. And it consistently goes every single week for 52 weeks. Yeah. That's how you do it. Now, if you could do it every other day, you think, okay, I got 180 videos in me, and I could do it, every day, then do that. But just stay on your course and stay consistent.
What do you think of your competitors? Who would you, that's World Star Hip Hop?
World Star.
Rap Radar? Or it's a different type of thing?
I think Rap Radar is a little more music-based than we are. We're more interview, news-based.
Okay, World Star Hip Hop. Tremendous business model. They're the number one player in the game right now. You guys are a close second.
We're Pepsi.
You're Pepsi, and that makes them
Coke.
Okay, great.
Right.
All right. There is what I personally believe a moral responsibility in being a gatekeeper in this business, and that I think has been devalued over the years. Sure. I have a lot of potential influence by what I say on this mic, by what I say on MTV, by what I've said over the years when we first started, King Tech and I in the early 90s, becoming media broadcasters or whatever. I didn't go to school for this. I figured it out. A lot of sites don't feel like they have a moral compass in regards to what they put out there and how it impacts their viewership and how it influences a community of people who struggle, who don't get a lot of balance, a lot of upliftment, who aren't fed a lot of nourishing visuals, musically, through videos. World Star Hip Hop, VladTV.com have posted a lot of questionable videos at the cost of a lot of, the impact of it, how it might affect the viewership. Do you think about that when you post some of these videos? And have you ever not posted a video because you was like, yo, man, this is just taking it too far?
I've not posted a lot of videos. A lot. A lot. Like, for example, the Mr. C audio with him and the tranny, I had that like a week before it dropped. Yeah. But I'm listening to this going like, this dude might hang himself if I put this out. And you know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's serious repercussions for this piece of audio right here. I decided to leave it alone and came out anyways.
He didn't hang himself. He started celebrating and got a raise. I think he got a raise.
You know what, Sway?
Hey,
still in the game.
He finally accepted it. But he was in denial for so long that I didn't know what was going to happen.
DJ Vlad is here. We're talking about the moral compass that sites such as his, VladTV.com, World Star Hip Hop. You can't speak on anybody else's site but yours. But, man, it's a lot of fucking rubbish that come out on these sites that after a while just makes me cringe because it's just like people don't care. They're just going for this viewership at any cost, no matter how. I'm tired of seeing black people fight online like that, man. I'm tired of seeing women going at each other's throat. I'm tired of seeing poor people being exploited, but not being given that nourishment at the same time that could help them get out of the mind space where they feel like they want to fight. Man, people do fights and never, you see a guy with a camera, Vlad TV, you know what I mean? Or, World Star. Like, it's like they're trying to, how have you balanced that? How have you dealt with that? Because it's a business.
Sure.
Do you think about that or you don't care?
Well, with the amount of time that I've had the company, over time I've realized that, there are repercussions for every single thing that we put on the site.
Yeah.
Every single piece of content, that is about a person, we assume that person will find out about it. And whether it's a famous person, a regular person, and there's an effect for every single article because we are a big site and have millions of people that go to the site. In the beginning, honestly, I didn't care. It was just about the views, and no one's going to tell me what to put up, and fuck it. We going for the gusto. But now that the company has grown into an actual business, and a lot of the people that we write about, we then want to interview, and we want to build relationships with those people. So I've really come more to the side of trying to be more of just an informative news site and stick to the facts and build relationships and try to put, a balanced message out there. It's not always going to be positive.
Yeah.
But we try to balance it with a lot of positive stuff. There's not a single person we've ever done anything in and was only been negative. If they put out something new, they put out something noteworthy, we definitely focus on it. And the type of interviews we do, I really try to dig in and get the real stories and really get the uplifting and the show the struggle and the success at the end of the struggle when I sit down with somebody.
Okay. All right.
You sparked something in my memory when you said how sometimes the people that you write about, now you have to take into consideration that you're going to interview them.
Right.
And I remember some years back a situation with Rick Ross where you had written about him being a corrections officer, and then the reports that his entourage had tried to assault you. And I know you guys were back and forth in court. Now in 2013, what's the situation like with you guys?
We went to court. And it got worked out there. And that was the end of the story.
Okay.
When y'all see each other now, y'all don't communicate? Y'all don't, it's just...
I've had no communication
no
with
relationship?
One way or another.
One way or the other? All right. Okay. All right, so... also, man, you talk about the relationships that you have built. I saw something you did with Lord Jamal.
Yeah.
Which was really interesting. And the subject matter was
white rappers and their role in hip hop.
Okay.
And this is definitely shortened because there was more to his story than this. But the catchphrase was that white rappers were guests in the house of hip hop. And this was Lord Jamar's statement in a Vlad TV interview.
What I said was that this is black music and white people are guests in the house of hip hop. No more, no less. All I'm saying is don't come in the house and start redecorating without talking to the motherfuckers who own the house. It's that simple. There's nothing racist about it. It's nothing, exclusionary about it. It's just facts.
You're white.
Yeah.
Who did you check with before you start redecorating the house? I'm joking, man. Hey, but did you? I'm trying
to figure out an answer to that.
The digital platform. You kind of redecorated the house
a little bit.
So did that feel like when he was saying that? Did you take that? Like, did you go back and go, wait a minute, that could apply to me?
The first thing I thought was this is going to set off an interesting debate.
Yeah.
So we went out and found other people and asked them that question. So I asked Schoolboy Q what he thought about that. I asked Yellow Wolf what he thought about it. I asked white rappers.
What did Yellow Wolf say?
Yellow Wolf essentially agreed with Lord Jamar, but at one point he said to shut the fuck up, which kind of rubbed Jamar the wrong way, and it kind of set off a little back and forth between the two.
Shut the fuck up. Wow. All right. Who else you interview? Shut the fuck up to Lord Jamal. He said that for real? All right. Who else did you interview?
Ritz.
Okay. What did he say?
He agreed with Jamar. He felt that, it was black music. Most people, Pusha T agreed with Lord Jamar. Most people pretty much agreed. MC Search, he went on Twitter and said that he agrees with him. Most people pretty much agreed with him.
Do you agree with him?
Do I agree with him? No one's ever asked me this question before. I think absolutely hip hop is black music, and I think that it should maintain that core forever, or else it'll turn to something that I'm not familiar with anymore. Like, rock music used to be black music, and I don't think it resembles what it originally was. So I always want You know what I'm saying? Like the hottest rappers to be black, and that core thing of where it started to always maintain. That's my personal opinion.
Or you want them to definitely be dope.
Yeah.
You want the hottest rappers to be dope. Okay. And if they happen to be black, that's great too. I want the hottest rappers to be dope, damn it. Shit. Because I know a lot of whack black rappers too. So VladTV.com. You guys check it out. It's good to hear you talk about your beginnings with this site and what your personal philosophies are. Then people get a better understanding of who you are and what the site is all about. Hearing you say you were once Kid Fresh, and you were a beat boy who got inspired by the New York City Breakers and Malcolm McLaren and all these legendary, iconic songs and groups in hip hop. I'm just a culture vulture, and I feel like just like our moral compass has been fractured in its culture, I think we devalue history as well. And we as gatekeepers, kind of as we make our money and we profit off this culture, we definitely have to keep feeding it, right? We're not just customers. We have to be contributors, and you become a large contributor in many ways, and lifestyle as well. You got the sneaker website.
Yeah, sneakerwatch.com.
Sneakerwatch.com, and that's something you have been working on for years. I remember you first start talking to me about it.
Right.
And a lot of people have since kind of followed that lead, right? How is that doing?
It's doing great. It's one of the big sneaker sites.
Yeah.
And sneaker culture and hip hop culture have always gone hand in hand, and always will go hand in hand.
Okay.
There's songs written about Air Force Ones or J's or whatever is really, part of, popular culture at the time, but fashion and hip hop, and especially sneakers, more so than anything else, has always been a hip hop mainstay. And it just works very well with Vlad TV.
All right, let's show on your sneaker. If you mind putting your sneaker right here on the counter real quick.
Me?
I just want to take 2 calls, Wonder, real quick. There it is. Look at them sneakers. What kind are those, man? Are those fake Gucci's? Are those real? Oh, those real? Okay. All right.
These real Gucci's right here.
All right, we got Spencer on the line from Missouri. Go ahead, say what up to Vlad. What you want to say?
What's happening, Vlad? I respect what you do, man. Like, I've been following your website for a few years now, man, and I'm an artist myself, and it's good to see people that send a message through all the nonsense that we shown all the time, man. My generation has become desensitized to themselves, man, and it's good to see people that want to show an actual reality instead of just reality television,
No doubt.
You're listening to Sway in the morning on Shea 45.